This is by far the best value you can buy today with your money. Hey guys, it's Alan, the Fireman 1028, and today I'm back with our 2025 KTM 390 Enduro R. We're still here at Enoree OHV Park and having an absolute blast. This is late August, actually, no, this is Labor Day. Tell you it's Labor Day. Happy Labor Day, guys. And we've been riding the bikes all day, and I've been going back and forth. I've rode the KLX 300, did ride the CRF 450L, rode the 390 Adventure, and what I want to discuss here, after riding Rich's KLX 300 is the KTM 390 Enduro R, is this the best value of a motorcycle going today? So we're going to go ride Trail A, and we're going to talk about it, and then we'll see how things go. So let's hop on the bike, and let's go for a ride. So again, I've been riding a bunch of different bikes, and what struck me about what Rich said, we're talking about price, and he's like, yeah, but this one's only, the KLX is only $5,500. And I was like, yeah, so is the 390 Enduro R. So, a previous owner of a CRF 250, CRL 300 Rally, all these different bikes, comparing what you get for your dollar on this bike right here, the 390 Enduro R, is incredible. The value of this bike, the amount of horsepower you get, the suspension that you get, the electronics, the TFT, the up and down quick shifter, which we're going to have next week, having all that in the package, this is just an amazing value. Now, again, like we talked about in our comparison video, is that the reason KTM is able to produce this bike at the price point that it is because it's produced in mass. This engine is produced in mass, and it's put in the 390 Adventure R, it's put in the RC 390, the 390 Duke. They use this engine in a lot of different platforms. So it's one of those where the engine and the whole platform itself is produced in volume, and this is it's a worldwide bike, so it gets produced in a lot of different environments. So they can sell a bunch of them, so they can really, there's cost savings and being able to produce so many of them. And for what they're even with the tariffs that are going right now, which I think is going to be a temporary thing, it makes the value $5,500 though for what you get absolutely amazing. And these engines have been out for a long time, and there's nothing to say that the 390, the KTM 390 engine is going to be any less durable than what a KLX 300 engine will be. Like I said, you have to, can you abuse them and not keep up with your maintenance like you can on one of those? Probably not. These things, they're going to be really dependent on good quality fuel, having good oil change intervals, and really taking care of them. It's not going to do a dirty oil filter or air filter very, very, very nicely. The fueling's a little wonky on these things, but Japanese bikes aren't immune to good fueling, to bad fueling. So, but like I said, after riding all day, it really just kind of struck me of how much of a deal this bike is. Ooh, hit that bottom out right there every single time. I bottom that suspension out. So it's just hard to argue of just how good of a value this bike is. Is it a little heavy for it's definitely not an enduro. They really should. They're doing the bike a disservice with the name. They really should call it something else. Call it Steve or something, but don't call it an enduro. This is a dual sport, and it really does dual sport very well. Can you do trails? Yes. Can you do? Let's do another. Come on, let's do another route. Let's do another lap of that. That felt good. Let's do another lap of that. That felt great. I don't want to do C because that's a longer trail. So let's do one more lap of A. Could the suspension use some more valving? Yeah, but so could any bike. But the down low torque is really starting to come into its own here. And again, I'm not pushing it hard. I'm sitting down, mainly for the view perspective. But I'm not taking it easy on it either. This bike's really coming into its own. Off-road mode is just fantastic on this thing. The Cooper D-Cat is really this bike is running super cool all day long. There's been no heat issues. You know, it's still 80 something degrees. So there's still a little bit of heat. No heating issues. But like I said, just the value that you get with this bike is just outstanding. It punches well above its weight class. Let's take this curve with a little bit of speed here. They don't give you some cheap Indian tires. They give you Metzeler Karoo 4s. And these tires are performing. These are perfect. These tires are perfect for this right here. It's a perfect tire for what we're doing. This is going to wrap our So like I said, these Metzeler Karoos are a great tire. Bottom it out every time right there. Every damn time. These Metzeler Karoos are a perfect tire for this bike. Could you go more of a an off-road tire, something like a D606 with an MT21 combination? Yeah, you could, but they suck on the road. Could you go with something like a TKC 80 and be great on the road? Yeah, but they suck off-road. So I think this Metzeler Karoo tire is a great balance. Like I said, we put them on the 390 Adventure, and they did great. We really put them through the paces today, and they did great. So, like I said, I am very pleased with this bike here. So, again, let's pull over before we run out of battery here. Is this the best value in a motorcycle? Hell yes, it is. This is by far the best value you can buy today with your money. For $5,500, for me, it was $7,000 out the door. It was a Carolina KTM up in Mooresville. I'll put a link to their website on here. This is the best value of a motorcycle today. So thank you guys for watching. God bless. Roll Tide. If you see anything that you like, subscribe to the channel. We're kicking ass on our subscribers. Subscribe to the channel. That allows us to do a lot more things like this. So thank you guys. Roll Tide. Goodbye.